Hi, I'm back again to talk some more about the Keys to Jazz Bootcamp that I'm going to be presenting in the next few months. I've been thinking about what are some of the issues or some of the problems that this can solve for students. And I think the most important thing to start off with is to talk about what does it take to be a performer? Like, what do I need to know to show up at a gig and be able to perform successfully? This encompasses a lot of stuff. It's more than just knowing specific bits of information about scales and chords and how to learn songs. And I think it's really important to discuss this. So this would be one of the first topics that I would like to bring up. So part of that is I have to understand when I show up, what am I doing? Am I going to play solo piano? Am I going to play with a band where I have to accompany other musicians? Am I going to accompany a vocalist? What am I going to be doing specifically? I've made some episodes previously about all these different topics, but that's one of the things I'd like to discuss in the first lesson of this course when it comes out. So it's very important to understand. Otherwise, why go through all the trouble of learning all the difficult things that you have to learn? And does take time. It takes a lot of study and practice, but with determination and with enough skill and love of this music, you'll get there. You just need some guidance. So the next thing I want to talk about is traditional piano lessons are great for helping students learn to read and begin to develop certain technique, getting familiar with the instrument, those types of things. But what they don't usually provide is the kind of information that you need to be able to make your own music. Like what do I need to know to be able to compose my own song? Like, what do I need to know there? Well, I need to know how harmony works. I need to know how rhythm works and melody. I keep talking about these three basic elements of music, but those are the things that I need to understand. And then I have to be able to apply them to my specific situation. Do I want to write a song? Do I want to go play and accompany somebody else? Or do I want to be the band leader? Am I going to have a trio? Am I playing with a bass player? What do I need to know? So that's another part of the specific things that we're going to dig into in this course. What exactly do I need to know? And that's, again, something that's hard to find in traditional piano lessons. And I've said it before, too. There are lots of resources out there to learn a lot of this material. There are tons of books about harmony, about jazz improvisation, tons of books, tons of video on YouTube. But the problem is, where do I start? And what do I need to know from the very beginning? And how do I organize the information that I'm learning about? How do I learn how to use it in a practical way? That's what this course is all about. So that's another topic that we're going to be covering. And another thing is, how do I practice? How do I organize my practice time? I've got all this stuff I need to learn, but how do I prioritize my practice time? How much time do I spend working on reading music? How much time do I spend practicing scales? Again, it depends. If someone's a complete beginner, then starting with reading music and just learning basic piano technique is important. If you already have some background, then we find out where you are individually and start working from that point. So what I like to do with students is make sure they don't have any gaps in their education, especially when it comes to understanding how rhythm works, how subdivision of rhythm works, how syncopation works, how to play good rhythmic phrases, and how to incorporate that into your comping, how to incorporate that into your writing, how to incorporate that into your playing, your improvising, or playing with other people. The other thing that's very important to understand is how harmony works. If I'm going to be playing solo piano, what do I do? I have a lot of functions to take care of at the same time. I have to understand how harmony works and how to build chords and how to make them flow nicely over tunes, whatever tunes I'm playing. And if I'm accompanying people, I have to know how to make voicings that sound good, that support whoever's singing or playing their other instruments. So those are important things as well. How do I make a melody? How are melodies created? How do I make my own melodies? So these are all things we're going to talk about. So anyway, once again, I offer free consultations if anyone's interested in that. And I also teach lessons online privately if anyone wants to get started in that way. And I look forward to hearing from you.